reactions. It's like when the person's posture is super low, this is when it makes sense for us to do this. But the whole time, like all these techniques from here on out has to be kind of like surrounded by the idea that we are going to, at any point he disconnects his hands. Or if we think that we could suddenly apply pressure and disconnect his hands by force, then we're gonna take the submission right there. So like if he's not under threat of like either being straight arm locked or kimura this whole time, then all of this is like kind of fake. You know what I mean? He has to feel that like if he lets go for any second, that is gonna like result in submission. And that will make him like, it'll make him react in like very specific ways. When he connects his hands together, he's putting himself like in what you might call like an entrenched position. And that means it's time for us to maneuver, right? He's fixing himself, and that means that we're gonna start moving on the target. So let's be here, and everything is gonna be the same. I use this hand to turn down, I create my underhook, I get to crunch, super tight. Foot in the hip, move my butt back, I start bringing my foot to the other side, and then I fall, and I look, my elbow and knee are connected on the left, they never really separate. We come to here. I can even get like a telephone type arm bar here sometimes, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn down, start stepping on the hip, I find my kimura grip, but look, he connects. Gotcha, okay. Right knee on the ground, foot goes through, and I come to neutral, okay? And right now, Trevor's posture is pretty low. What I'm gonna do is take my right leg out, and I'm gonna try to put my right knee in the far shoulder pocket behind him. So it's like a back step. I go here, here, okay? Now it's really important that my feet, like my knees are facing the same direction, because I need to be able to clamp my legs together. And then once I get to here, I can put my hands on the floor, push myself back to get behind him, okay? Now this is not a great angle for me. I feel like I have a body hook right now. What I would realistically do is I would get 2 underhooks on the lapel, and then I would try to surf him to the side, like this, just based on the way that we wound up that time, okay? Sometimes you wind up with like 1 hook and it's really shallow, and you'll dismount altogether. Basically, at that point, what I'm getting you guys is an opportunity to take it back. You'll have to like use instinct and like other following skills to chase it down, but you're getting a clean look at the back, right? And then from there, it'll vary so much just based on how the person responds when they realize what's happening. So this is kind of like how you handle that, okay? I'm gonna show again, and we'll just kind of go quick in, step here. We get to here, right knee on the floor, left foot threads, I come to neutral. Now look, lower your posture even a little bit more. This is the reaction I'm looking for, is like a low posture here, okay? I pull my legs out, I go behind him. The big mistake a lot of people do is they start doing this. Like, my knees aren't facing the same way anymore, so I can't clamp the same way. I need to be here, almost like I'm sprinting with my feet. That way I can curl, closing my legs, push, start getting behind him. Getting like with this far lapel here is the first one. Might come here and try to break down the wrist. I'm just starting to chase him down, okay? That's generally like how we're taking the back from this situation. Questions here, guys? Anybody want to see this again? Well, cool. The other thing, the knees facing the same way. You can put your hands at, yeah, remember, when you guys go looking for, so he's in this position, I'm trying to find this far shoulder pocket, you can't go looking with a straight leg and expect to catch anything. You need to have your knee bent, that way it's like, there's something to fit in the nook. Then you can curl everything together. Once you find, like once you feel your knee hit that spot, hands on the floor, push yourself back. If it starts to go wrong, like before you let go of your kimura, you can always go right back to the arm, to just a standard arm saddle situation. Once you take your hands off, that's like when you're like, okay, now I'm really going for the back. So that's like the moment where you could lose control. So just kind of like where you know what could happen, okay? Good here, guys? On 3, 1, 2, 3. You'll be easier to close the tripod.